Hello, everyone. It's Sal, Stretford Post. How you all doing? And welcome to the live watch along between Argentina and Algeria in the World Cup, guys. I hope you're doing well this very early morning, guys. Where I am, it's early in the morning. It's 5 in the morning where I am. So excuse me for that little bit of mellow. We're in the mellow mood today, guys, of course. But thank you so much for joining me, of course. Let me get my microphone sorted right next to me mouth. Thank you, everyone who's joined me today. I really appreciate it. Hope you're all doing well. Thank you, guys. Great to have you here. Great to see you. Great to see you. Nice, of course, guys. Great to have you. Big up Danny B, the early bird. What's going on, my friend? I hope you're doing well. Good to see you, mate. No rest for the wicked, is there, guys? Absolutely not. We're here for the live watch along. Let me just go through the lineups for you, if you don't mind, guys. If you don't, let me just get this up on the screen. Okay, so here we are. We've got Algeria. So here we go. We got Emi Martinez in goal. Medina as a left back. They're playing a 4-4-2, funny enough, Argentina. We've got Medina as the left back. We've got Martinez, Romero of Tottenham, Martinez of United, of course. We've got Montiel, the number 4, who actually plays for River Plate in Argentina. Good to have a little bit of a scouting mission here today, of course. We've got Armada, who plays as the left midfielder. Guys, he is playing for Atletico Madrid. We've got Fernandez there. Obviously, Enzo Fernandez of Chelsea going up so far for Chelsea. He left Chelsea yet? I don't know. Anyway, we've got McAllister of Liverpool. We've got the DePaul, who plays for Miami FC. Some surprising inclusions in there. We've got Lautaro Martinez, who plays for Inter Milan. And we've got Lionel Messi, who plays obviously for Inter Miami FC. In regards to Algeria, we've got Zinedine Zidane's son, Luka Zidane, who plays for Granada in Spain. Of course, interesting to see this. They're playing a 4-2-3-1. We've got Bagali, who plays for Verona in Italy. We've got Mandy, who plays for Lille. We've got Bansel Baini, who plays for Borussia Dortmund in Germany. Ait Nouri of Manchester City, of course. Badoui of Nice, Jim Ratcliffe's club, of course. I don't know how they got relegated. They've got so many players at this World Cup, Nice. How they almost got relegated, should I say. Lille, guys, Ben Taleb. We've got Haj Musa, the Feyenoord player. We've got Maza. This guy, guys, Maza. Incredible player, number 20, the 20-year-old attacking midfielder. I think so underrated. Honestly, I think he's a fabulous player. And Chayobi. These two players here, Maza and Chayobi, are the two players that I think are the ones to watch, basically. They're the ones to watch. We've got Guri up front. Amin Guri, he plays for Marseille. That is the teams. In regards to the bench, guys, the bench goes as Garoni, Rulli, Juan Musso, Senesi. Senesi, obviously, free transfer. He's gone to Tottenham. Molina, Otamendi, Tagliafico. We've got Palacios, Lo Celso, Simeone, Paredes, Gonzalez, Nico Paz, Barca, Jose Lopez, Julian Alvarez. In regards to Algeria, we got Mastil, Ben Bot, Abada, Hajjam, Torgay, Chergi, Bilade, Oya. You remember Oya? He used to play for Lyon, I think it was. He plays for Al Ittihad now. You remember we were heavily interested in him? Do you remember that? Yeah, remember those days. We got Ramiz Azuki, we got Chatroy, we got Balbina, we got Gogajimis, Omora, Bamboli, and Mahrez. Riyad Mahrez is on the bench today. Experience, of course, on the bench. And guys, thank you everyone who's joined me today. I really appreciate everyone. I hope everyone is no Alvarez, mate. No Alvarez, Danny B. I'm surprised by that, to be honest with you. But looking at the lineup, I'll be honest with you, Danny B. I'm not that impressed with Argentina's lineup. I'm not that impressed with. I mean, they got the tag as one of the favorites of the tournament. So I was going to look at their team and thinking that, you know what, this is going to be some amazing team. It's actually not. It's actually one of the worst Argentinian sides I've seen. I'll be honest with you. I mean, I'm not just saying that, but I do think it's one of the worst Argentinian sides I've seen, to be honest with you. I've seen much better Argentinian sides than them. Drink of coffee. Yes, it is 5 in the morning where I am, guys. So excuse me if I'm a little bit mellow. Don't want to wake the neighbors with my loud voice and stuff like that. You know how it goes with me, of course. But good to be here. Good to have the legends in the house, of course, as usual. Looking forward to a jam-packed day of football. Of course, England play later on today as well. We've got Portugal who play later on. Cristiano Ronaldo and Messi are being introduced today. And we've also got Jordan, who are making their debuts in the World Cup today as well. So, yeah, lots of things to come up, guys. Lots of Lots of football today. Lots and lots of football, of course. So looking forward to a jam-packed day of football. Looking forward to a good day of football. Of course, today the game will be played in Kansas City, the USA. That's where the game is today, guys. That's where we are today. Kansas City in the USA. Absolutely. Big up everyone who's joined me today. Thank you so much to the legends in the house, of course, who's joined me for this massive game, of course, in the World Cup, guys. And hopefully it should be a good game. This game's not a foregone conclusion. Algeria are very good football inside, and it's going to be very difficult for Argentina today. I hope it is. I hope it is a difficult game. I am supporting Algeria today. Sorry, guys. I want Algeria to win today. That's my thing. But I think it will be a draw today. I'm going with a 2-2 draw myself. I think it'll be a 2-2 draw, an entertaining 2-2 draw. What do you guys think? What's the score going to be? Let me know, guys. Let me know what you think the score's going to be. Big up everyone in the stream, of course. Big up everyone. Yeah, look, like interesting day ahead, of course. Interesting to see Portugal, guys, of course, probably the favorite for the World Cup, and also interested to see England perform tonight against Chicago, against Croatia today, of course. So interesting to see that, definitely. Also Jordan as well. Let's not forget Jordan. 2-1 says Danny B to Argentina. Yeah, look, it's going to be a difficult game. I just hope with Algeria, I hope Algeria don't play the occasion and don't play the name, and they just play the game. That's what they need to do. Play the game, don't play the name. Play that game, don't play the name. Absolutely. It's a very different stadium today in Kansas City, as what we're used to in this tournament. Usually we're used to those modern stadiums, but this one's a little bit old school. This one actually Argentina might be more used to. It looks a little bit like Boca Juniors, doesn't it? That stadium. It looks a little bit like Boca Juniors, but yeah. Guys, thank you everyone who's joined me. Thank you. Early morning kickoffs, getting used to it. Very early morning kickoffs, should I say? Wipe the sleep from my eyes. The very early morning kickoffs, of course. Loving it. Nice cup of coffee early in the morning. Here we go. This is what dedication's all about. Football is life. Football is life. There you go. As they say on Ted Lasso. If you ever watch Ted Lasso, you know. Ready for kickoff, guys. Ready for kickoff. We are ready for kickoff. There we go. Kickoff is underway, my peeps. Danny B, Martinez or Romero have a red card in them. Definitely they do. You know what? I like Romero. I'm going to be honest, Danny B. I like Romero. I think he's a good player. I think he's a good character. Obviously, you've got to stem his aggression a little bit, obviously because of the red cards. But I like his personality. I like it. I think it's a good personality. United were linked to him. I did break it on Stretford Post a few weeks ago that Man United were linked to Romero. I wouldn't think it's a bad thing. Argentina play him first team. They like him. Foul on Algeria earlier on, guys. Algeria, of course, played in the African nations this year, as we saw in the African nations. It was a good tournament. Yeah, a little bit disappointed in them, to be honest with you. A little bit like Egypt in a way that they're good, but they don't. They're not really ruthless in regards to front of goal and stuff like that, I would say. But yeah, they've got some good players. I would like people to look at Maza and Chaibi today. The Chaibi is the winger, and Maza, the number 10, excellent players. And I would like us to look at them, especially Maza. Maza, my favorite player for Algeria, the 20-year-old who plays for Leverkusen, very good player. And I would like us to look at him. Anyway, here come Algeria. Algeria, the number 21, kicks it long. It's out here wide, straight at the goalkeeper, straight to the goalkeeper, Emi Martinez of Aston Villa. Yeah, Emi Martinez, excellent player. Of course, Petkovic. Vladimir Petkovic is the manager of Algeria these days. He's the manager of Algeria these days, Vladimir Petkovic. Old school manager. He is definitely an old school manager. Scaloni manages Argentina these days. This game is quite an education because obviously a lot of people are earmarking Argentina as one of the favourites. I've said I don't believe they are. I've said I don't believe they are the favourites. I don't think. I don't. It's not just because I'm saying that because I want them to lose or that. It's just that I don't think they are. I think they're going to have a poor tournament. They were basically my underachievers this tournament. Back to Martinez. Licha Martinez now. Lots of Martinezes. We've got Lautaro Martinez, Emi Martinez, and Lautaro and Lautaro Martinez, Emi Martinez, and Licha Martinez in the team. We've actually got Martinez. I think we've got 4 Martinezes in the squad today. I think we've got 4 Martinez in the squad, to be honest. Big up everyone in the stream, though. Welcome to Stretford Post. Anyone who's new, don't forget to smash the likes, subscribe to the channel. That'd be absolutely fantastic if you guys could do that. Thank you so much, you legends. We are here with Algeria against Argentina. Algeria, of course, regulars in the World Cup. You know, to be honest with you, they're in the World Cup a lot. They do well. You know, they do well to be in the World Cup every single time, more or less. You know, we may have met. Oh, here comes a chance on Messi. It was Lautaro Martinez, actually. And Martinez with the header went straight at the goalkeeper, though. It was a good cross. It went straight at the goalkeeper. It was almost a goal for Argentina earlier on. Lautaro Martinez with the header, but it went straight at the goalkeeper there, guys. Could have been an early start. Goodness me, that would have been the earliest goal of the World Cup, wouldn't it? The goalkeeper today, obviously, is Zidane. Luka Zidane, which is Zinedine Zidane's son, guys. Just to let you know, Zinedine Zidane, of course, a World Cup legend for France. I mean, isn't it ironic, though? I find it really ironic that the goalkeeper for Algeria, Zidane, out of all things you expect, you wouldn't expect Zinedine Zidane's son to be a goalkeeper, would you? You expect him to be some midfielder or something, wouldn't you? But Zinedine Zidane is a goalkeeper. Imagine Zinedine Zidane growing up and his son says, "Daddy, I want to become a goalkeeper." after the legend that Zinedine Zidane is as a player, can you imagine? I mean, Dad, I want to become a goalkeeper. There you go. Guys, that's hilarious, though. He's a good goalkeeper, by the way. He's really good. And he's chosen to play to Algeria. Fair enough. He could have chosen to play for France. Absolutely. Here come Messi. Messi trying to chase that one. Not quite. Messi, of course. I don't know how many World Cups Messi has played in now. He played in quite a few World Cups now, hasn't he? I think he played in 2006, 2010, 2014, 2018, 2022, and now this. I think this is his 6th World Cup. Here starts Argentina, 1-0 to Argentina. Messi has scored already. Why is he not celebrating? It's offside. No, it's offside. He's not. I knew I thought, what's he doing? He's not. He's offside. Just about. Algeria got away with that one, guys. They got away with that one. I thought it was a goal. Very, very close. That's a warning for Argentina. That's a warning for Algeria, should I say. A warning for Algeria there. Messi gets in. Messi was inches away from scoring there. Inches from scoring a goal. Great finish as well. Really good finish there. Absolutely superb finish. Definitely. Yeah, make that be a warning for Algeria here, because he got in there quite easily, to be honest with you. Anyway, Algeria breathe a new lease of life here. So they are here still 0-0. They've had the goal disallowed already. Algeria just need to calm down. Like I said before the game, I said what the thing with Algeria is that Algeria got to not play the occasion but play the game. Because a lot of people, when they play in the World Cup, like England do it sometimes, you know, they play the name and not the game, you know, and they look at Argentina for, oh my goodness me, it's Argentina, you know, in the World Cup, and they get a little bit nervous and things like that. Do you know what I mean? I would urge them to be calm. I would urge them definitely to be calm and to be composed. That's what I would do. Do you know what I mean? Absolutely. Yeah, I won't be doing the watch along for Jordan against Austria, I think, today, because I've obviously got Break and Dawn. I've got to prepare for that as well, early in the morning. Obviously, good big news coming out of Man United as we speak. Lots of transfer news, lots of things going on. I've got big news about Chouamini. Got big news, guys, about Somerville and all these players that are potentially coming to Manchester United. It's going to be an interesting summer, guys. Let me tell you. It's going to be an interesting summer. Yeah, that's offside. Definitely offside. That was offside. What's the times, guys, where you are? Wherever you are in the world, guys, who's watching? What's the times where you are? Let me know the times where you are, guys. It is early for me. I'm not usually this quiet. Ask Danny B. So I'm not usually this quiet. I'm quite loud, actually. I'm actually the opposite, you know. But yeah, I am Team Algeria today. Sorry, guys. Sorry. I am Team Algeria. I have to support my brothers. Here we go. It's a chance for Algeria. Goal! Goal! It's a goal for Algeria. Algeria have scored, guys. 1-0 to Algeria. There you go. There you go, guys. 1-0 to Algeria already. 1-0. Unbelievable. Can't believe it. Can you believe it? Told you guys. Told you about Argentina. Told you about Argentina. I told you Argentina are going to have a difficult tournament, this one. There you go. 1-0 to Algeria. First attack of the game. Great finish as well. Is it on? Is he on? Is he on there? That looks tight, though. That does look tight, to be honest with you. It looks tight. That did look a little bit tight. I don't know if that's going to go to VAR. I don't know if that will go to VAR, but that did look a little bit tight there. Yeah, it's a goal for Algeria already. Bloody hell. That's a turn up for the books. No, it's offside. No goal. I told you. And it might have been offside. Bloody all that celebrating and everything, and it was no goal. 2 disallowed goals already, guys. 2 disallowed goals already. I thought it would have been a goal. Yeah, these offside things, man, they're too slow. They're way too slow, these offside things. Yeah, it was offside. It was offside. Still 0-0, guys. Sorry about that. Hope you're doing well. Algeria played well. Algeria started quite well in this game. I'm impressed with them. I am impressed with them. Sorry, guys. It is early in the morning. Thank you. That you can't give offside for that. You can't give offside for that. That Algeria one's ridiculous. You can't score with your hand. I don't get that. How can you give that offside? I don't understand. You can't score with your hand, can you? Don't get it. Is it going to be another one of those World Cups where Argentina get all the decisions again? Or what's it going to be? Is it going to be one of them? Let's wait and see. But Algeria, this is the thing. Algeria they just have to believe in themselves, isn't it? They have to believe in themselves and not get overawed by the situation. Guys, it must be 2 in the morning in the UK, right? It's 2 in the morning in the UK in this game. Here it is 5. Here come Argentina. Argentina on the attack, and it's out for a goal kick. Big up everyone in the stream, guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. Appreciate everyone who's joined me this morning. Yeah, I know it's an early morning for some of you, isn't it? It's early morning in the UK, definitely. But big up everyone who's joined me today. Thanks so much. It means a lot. Argentina 0, Algeria 0. 2 disallowed goals already for offside. 2 disallowed goals already. Both goals are offside. Well, I think the second one was more offside than anything else, if I'm being honest. I think the second one was offside, to be honest with you. So 0-0 still between Argentina and Algeria. Algeria done pretty well, to be honest with you. You know, that goal was so unlucky. The goal that was disallowed, it was just literally inches. That goal was literally inches. It was disallowed though. Don't forget, there's 2 games today. Obviously, there's a game after this. There is a game after this. We have Jordan against Austria today after this game. Don't know if I'll be doing that, if I'm being totally honest with you, because obviously I've got Breaking Dawn later on. A bit later on, I've got Breaking Dawn. So, yeah, not too sure I'll be doing that game, if I'm being honest. But, yeah, you never know. You never know what the future brings. But, yeah, I've got Breaking Dawn to be thinking about, obviously, this morning. This is the thing, though, isn't it? There's a lot of football. There's a lot of teams in the World Cup. I think that's why I think there's too many. I do, and they're actually thinking of increasing it. You know, today, literally, there's 5 games. Five games. If you're technically speaking, there was a game Iraq against Norway last night. We're about, for my time, it was about 2 in the morning. There's Argentina, Algeria now. We're going to have Jordan against Austria after this game, straight after this game. We're going to have Portugal playing at 9 o'clock. And then after that, we've got England playing against Croatia today as well. So it is a busy, busy day today, definitely. That's what I mean. It's a madness. It's definitely a madness, isn't it? Here come Argentina. Argentina on the attack. Chance for Messi. Goal. Great goal there. Messi has scored now. This one will count. It was a great goal. He let him wide open there, Algerian defense. It's 1-0 to Argentina now. They lift them wide open there just to pick his spot. And he's 1-0 up there. Argentina 1, Algeria 0, guys, in this game. A great goal for Messi. Smashed it out for 25 yards out. You don't give players like that opportunity to get that much space. but it was wide open. I mean, they didn't close him down quick enough. The goalkeeper was suspect a little bit there, but it was a great finish, guys. A fantastic finish. This is Messi's last one. It went through the goalkeeper's hands, Zidane's hand, obviously. I think um, it was poor. It was poor from the goalkeeper. I'll be honest with you. That was poor from the goalkeeper. He should not be letting that in. Definitely not. Yeah, that was poor from Zidane there. Should have done better. Zinedine Zidane, which is the Zidane, the goalkeeper's son, lets in a howler. To be honest with you, yeah, he should have saved that one. Went right through his hands. Oh, goodness me! Algeria are losing by goal to nil. Argentina, as usual, 1-0 up, courtesy of Lionel Messi. Guys, 1-0 to Argentina in this World Cup game, 2026, here in Kansas City, straight in the Midwest of America. Damn it. Yeah, big up everyone. Now, Algeria got it all to do. I don't know what the problem is with Arab goalkeepers. Shocking. Hussein, it's been like that for years, mate. Arab goalkeepers, big up Hussein, by the way. Arab goalkeepers, they're not up to the level, mate. They haven't been like that for years. I remember when Asian teams used to have the problem, when Japan used to have that problem, but these days, the North African teams, and the Arab teams, the goalkeepers have always been a little bit suspect. Even with Saudi Arabia back in the day, I remember it's improved a little bit. Iraq, Saudi, Tunisia, Algeria, they're all, yeah. It's like, what the problem is, Hossein, is that they like to be outfield players. There's like, when I was growing up, there was many people like to be goalkeeper. They were obsessed with being a goalkeeper. These days, it's like everyone wants to be an outfield player, especially in the Arab world. They all want to be goalkeepers. And I don't know what it is. I don't know whether it's temperament or something, but that was a poor goal. That was a poor goal. That was a amateur goalkeeping, that was. I'm sorry. And especially if your dad is Zinedine Zidane, one of the greatest players of all time, right? And you got every single coach training you because you will have favoritism. So you will be grown up with all the best goalkeeping coaches in the world, right? And you make a mistake like that. It's ridiculous. In the World Cup as well, this is your stage, and then here's your chance to shine. Yeah, Zinedine Zidane might be happy with that. Of course, Zinedine Zidane once scored 2 goals in a World Cup final for France in 1998. So his dad won't be too happy with that. Definitely not, because obviously, but that's exactly what I'm saying. That's exactly, I'm a bit skeptical about players whose dads used to be footballers, because the art of being a great footballer is that you are, a lot of the great players came from hard upbringings. A lot of the great players. That's why you get a lot of good players coming from Argentina and Brazil. It's because they come from hard upbringings. And when certain players' dads were footballers, they don't have that hard upbringing, because obviously Zinedine Zidane was one of the most expensive players in history. And he actually broke the record, didn't he? Went to Real Madrid. Started off at Juventus, started off in France, went to Juventus, Real Madrid. So he, obviously, his son had a very, very, very rich upbringing, and I think that takes away a little bit of edge. I really do. England have this problem in tennis, because in England, the tennis is a very expensive sport to participate in, and a lot of the tennis players who come from England are from very rich upper class backgrounds, and this is why they tend not to do well in tennis, because they lack that edge. Like, for example, all the great players. Beckham was from Leytonstone in East London. There's lots of them there. The ones that have been good, the good players, the good footballers. Messi's from a poor area. Ronaldo's used to sweep streets when he was a kid, and look after his dad. It comes from the most great footballers come from poor backgrounds. And I think that goal to concede, I mean, that is like amateur level, that one, honestly. Great to have everyone on board here today, guys. Really appreciate you. 1-0 to Argentina, courtesy of course, Lionel Messi. Who else? Who else is going to score from Argentina? Nobody else. Cross comes in. Yeah, yeah. Like I said, though, what I said, Hussein and everyone, I think that the Arab nations right now, Algeria, Tunisia, Saudi, Iraq. I mean, Saudi Arabia, the strongest Arab nation, in my opinion. Iran done incredibly well yesterday, drawing a game against New Zealand yesterday. I thought they played well. Obviously, imagine Iran's situation. Iran had to go to Los Angeles on that day, play the game. They went from Mexico to Los Angeles, played that game, and straight after the game, they had to leave. No preparation, nothing. And they managed to draw 2-2, and just think that New Zealand had all that time to prepare. So, look, Iraq were disappointing last night against Norway. Very disappointing. Tunisia, very disappointing. Saudi are all right. Saudi are not bad. To be honest with you, Saudi are probably the most prepared because obviously Saudi Arabia have got a good league now, haven't they? They've got a good league, and that's the key. It's a good. You have to have a good league. It helps. Hussein, I remember in the 90s, the Gulf had the best goalkeepers in Asia, but now they are shocking. I think the best goalkeepers I've seen come out of the Arab world was North Africa. Obviously, Egypt probably had a couple, but yeah, probably, yeah. I mean, we had what was that player, or Dosari or something? Ali Dai. What's his name? Who used to play for Saudi Arabia? He used to wear tracksuit bottoms. I remember him back in the 90s. He played in the 1994 World Cup. Yeah, he was pretty good. But we've got a hydration break here. This is ridiculous. Obviously, this is a technique that the USA are trying to do in football. They're trying to split the football up into 4 parts. So what happens in the NFL, they have 4 parts. And what they do, they're using this hydration break as an excuse to have advertisements during the game to make money. Basically, that's how they do it. You see, this is why they wanted the World Cup. We never have hydration breaks. Anyway, good. We don't have hydration breaks in England because what you're going to have is freezing cold in England. Are you going to have a hydration break? We'll have a coffee break. What are we going to have? Bear me a second. Hussein, there is a goalkeeper from Oman, Alabsi, who played in West Brom. Yeah, I remember him actually. There's a couple there, but it's just what I don't get, Hussein, is that Zidane, right? Zidane is Zinedine Zidane's son, so he would get the best coaches in the world to train him. So I don't get it. It's not like he was raised in Algiers. He's raised in France with the best coaches and stuff. Yeah. Big up everyone who's in the house, guys. Thank you so much who's joined me today. Really appreciate you. Yeah, it was he was the weakest in the AFCON. Yeah, look, strange, isn't it? You know, it's strange. you know, the goalkeeper situation in the Arab world isn't great. And I would class obviously Algeria as the Arab world. Obviously, Algeria, Morocco, etc. You know, but Morocco, not even, Morocco, Algeria, to Egypt, the goalkeepers haven't been phenomenal. They're not been great. You know, they're better than obviously Iraq, Iran. Iran didn't do that bad, to be honest with you. I thought it was all right. But how can a goalkeeper from the Cape Verde be good and then, you know, a 40-year-old from the Cape Verde keep out Spain, you know? You know, at least I don't think so. I think Ronaldo is, mate. I would say Ronaldo. Messi hasn't done anything since since he left Barcelona. You know, he had a rigged World Cup. That's about it. I wouldn't class him as a goat for scoring against a weak goalkeeper. You know, I say I have my own goats. There's a lot of goats for me, but I don't think he's the goat. Absolutely not. He's one of them. I don't class people as goats anyway. I think there's a category of goats in regards to football, and there should be always be a category, whether defenders, midfielders, goalkeepers, strikers. I think everyone should get an equal sort of praise because it's not just about attack. But this will be Messi's last World Cup, guys. Don't forget, it will be his last World Cup, most likely. So enjoy it. And Ronaldo's. Ronaldo's playing later on. Let's not forget. Let's not forget Ronaldo's done it in Italy, Spain, England. England's the toughest league to do it in, and he's done it in England. So there you go. So it's not his fault. He dragged Portugal. You know what I mean? Is different. But my goat is Ronaldo for me in my lifetime. No Man United fan says Messi's the goat. I would say that right now because he's not. Yeah, you should know that. I mean, Ronaldo once scored a wing 40 goals for Man United in the Premier League. You know what I mean? So, no, a rigged World Cup back in 2022 does not change my mind. Definitely. I do think Argentina will beat, I do think Portugal will beat this Argentinian side. I do, you know. I ain't that impressed. I mean, Algeria are useless. I mean, I watched the AFCON and I wasn't impressed with Algeria. I'm actually surprised they get to the World Cup. It baffles me because every time I see them play, they're not actually that good. You know, they actually make mistakes. I mean, the goalkeeper's weak, as I said, and they don't score many goals. Um, no, I think Portugal probably beat them. I think they probably beat them. Yeah. You got everyone in the stream, though. Don't forget to smash a like on the stream, guys. 1-0 to Argentina, courtesy of Lionel Messi. Guys, a great strike from 25 yards out. However, the goalkeeper should have saved it, in my opinion. Definitely went straight through his hands, you know, straight through. Should have saved it. I probably would have saved it, to be honest with you. It went straight through his hands. There was a guy called Bonner who used to play for Republic of Ireland in the World Cup in 1994. Actually, he was in America as well, and he actually Paki Bonner, his name was, and he actually let the ball go through his hands, and it bounced into the goal. Roy Keane was talking about it, of course. You know, that is a red card, guys. You see him? He stepped on someone's ankle. He didn't get any decision there. You see that? You see that favoritism right there? Man just studied him in the ankle and he didn't get nothing. You see? That's exactly what we're talking about. Studied the man in the ankle and nothing given. You see? Not even thought about. There's no point even arguing these days, is it? You know. There you go. That was a dangerous challenge. That could have been a red. Sorry, guys. That should have been a red. If I'm being honest, he just studied him in the ankle. I don't know. Nothing was given. They just ignore it. That's what I'm talking about. That's why I think Ronaldo's the GOAT. He doesn't have referees and the FA and the FIFA on his side, you know? But that, yeah, Algeria and have not played badly in regards to possession ball and stuff, but they haven't really created the chances. They play very good tiki taka kind of football. They've got to finish off the possession with chances and goals. In regards to that, they ain't out of the game, of course, but they got to be more direct sometimes, I would say, and they lack something up front. I did notice this in the Afcon in January, December, January. I did notice that they lack a little bit, and it's a little bit like Egypt, the same thing. They lack a little bit up front. They don't score goals. Even though they've got good players, they don't score goals. And I noticed this. Obviously, they have a couple of really good players in their time side. Mazza, Chaibi, these are really good players. I like these players, future players of football, but they don't really have that proper centre forward, like the goal scorer. They don't really have that. And yeah, we are lacking goal scorers, to be honest, in football these days. Football is dying out with goal scorers. We haven't got many. Messi and Ronaldo, probably the last of a dying breed. Harry Kane, last of a dying breed. There's not many that are there now. We saw one mess. We saw Mbappe last night, of course. Of course, France won 3-1 yesterday against Senegal. It's going to be a free kick. Big up everyone in the stream. 1,000 of you have watched so far this morning. I really appreciate you, legends. And big up everyone who's new to Stretford Post. Welcome. It's all about opinion. Of course, that is what it's all about. It's all about footballing opinion. That's why we're here, guys. We're not all right. We're not all wrong. That is what football is about. That's how football should be. Subjective, isn't it? So you have your opinions. We have our options of what we believe, and that's about it at the end of the day. Yeah. Basically, but what I believe in football, I think a lot of emphasis is put on attack. I was a defender when I was growing up. Here's a chance for Argentina, and it's cleared away. I was a defender when I was growing up, and so I always believed that defense, midfield, goalkeeping situation, should be respected because obviously I was a defender. I was a right back, so I always felt like it should be respected and stuff like that. So I say there should be different Ballon d'Ors. I've always said there should be different Ballon d'Ors. There should be a defensive Ballon d'Or, a midfield Ballon d'Or, a striker Ballon d'Or. I've always felt that, in my opinion. I don't know about you, but I've always felt like that. Come on, Algeria, you can't be like this, guys. Come on, Algeria, you've got to. It's a World Cup, guys. 10 minutes half time, 35 minutes on the clock, guys. 1-0 to Argentina, courtesy of an early strike. There were two goals disallowed before that. Algeria had a goal disallowed and Messi had a goal disallowed. Both were offside. Both touch and go. Touch and go, of course. Both touch and go. Shot over the bar for Messi. Cross comes in and it's out for a goal kick. It's out for a goal kick. Hussein, they bring something different at this stage of their career. CR7 represents passion and hunger. Messi proved that technical ability and football intelligence can last throughout the years. Yeah, but he never did it in other countries, did he? He didn't do it in France particularly well. He didn't do it in England. He didn't do it in Italy. He done it in, he done it in only Spain with Busquets and Messi and Xavi. You know, you could argue that obviously it's also helpful when you have referees on your side as well. You know what I mean? That was a studied challenge there. Hussein, that could have been a red card to anyone else. That would have been a red card. You know, that was a studied challenge. If you saw it, that's what we're talking about. And I thought that could have been a red card, but anyway, it's not. Game carries on. If you watch the Dutch game in the last World Cup, I think everyone knows. Um, all that this situation with Messi and Ronaldo, to an extent, has proven is how much football has regressed. You know, how talent is not as developing as it used to be. I think this generation are not as good as they used to be. I actually feel there are players who played in the 90s who can actually play now to this very day. I actually feel like that, you know. I think there's not enough development going on in football. There's not, because you look at who's going to be the next big thing, you mean, you know, exactly Hussein. Hussein, you know, I live in the Middle East, right? You know, I've heard a lot of things about what happened in Qatar. You know that about what they wanted from Qatar. You know, so I know a lot about that situation there. Ask Wout Weghorst, ask Holland. You know, handball should have been a red card, right? Nothing given. This one, he studied the Algerian player in the back of the leg. Nothing given. Not even a yellow. Not even a yellow, and no one's talking about it. You know, studied him in the leg. Why the referees feel inferior? They feel like they can't give Messi a red card. Oh, we can't give Messi a red card because it's that sort of level. You know what I mean? I've seen far less red cards, far far less than that. You know, I don't think anyway. Anyway, this is their last World Cup. All I will say is enjoy it. I think it is their last World Cup. Here come Algeria. Go on, Algeria. We need a chance for Algeria. But what I would say is that enjoy it because I think Portugal will beat Argentina. I do. I just hope Argentina and Portugal meet. That would be a good game. That's the game that you need. You need shots there from Armada straight over the bar, um, way over the bar there from Armada. Come on. Hussein, they got Rod. Remember the Paredes tackle and then shot the ball into the bench. It should be a red. Yes. People don't like doing this because Hussein, there's a certain thing I would say to you, Hussein. Let me just say this, and this is why I will always support Cristiano Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo is a better human being. We all know who he supports. We all know who Messi supports, right? Cristiano Ronaldo is a better human being. He developed himself from the bottom upwards. He wasn't given anything on a plate, right? And that's why I like Ronaldo. Yes, Ronaldo needs to hit the bench now, I think, for Portugal, unfortunately, because, Portugal are not like Argentina. Portugal have many good players now. So Argentina don't. There's no Inter Miami players at Portugal. You know what I mean? And I'm not talking about Messi. There's a few there in that Argentina team. But in regards to all-round human being as a package, Ronaldo is a much better person, and that makes him a better footballer as well, in my opinion. And he played for Manchester United. dragged Manchester United to a Champions League title. Not the best Man United team. It could drag them to the Champions League final as well. So that's what I would say. That's why I always support. That's why I will always support. I would always support. Guys, we are literally 2 minutes from half time here. Thank you, everyone who's joined me today. Appreciate it. Here come Algeria. Good chance. Shoot. It's a poor shot there. It's a poor shot there. We're saying he didn't take any injections either. Who took injections? There you go. Yeah, he's the epitome of what a man should be. If you want to, as a man, if you want to learn how to have longevity, he's the ideal guy to look at. He's the one you should look at and think he's the guy to aspire to. It's Cristiano Ronaldo. Absolutely. He's not everyone's cup of tea. That's life. You're not going to be everyone's cup of tea. You can see the sun's coming out from behind me. Look at the sun. It's coming out from behind me. The sun is rising in the Middle East right now, where I am in the United Arab Emirates. It is rising early. Well, it's rising earlier today, but yeah, we literally started this game 5 in the morning. Well, I started at 4:30, 4:15 in the morning, and now we're there now. We're in the daytime now. Here we go. Here come Algeria. A bit better from them. Why is he shooting from there? Shouldn't be shooting from there. Come on. Come on, mate. Don't shoot from there. You got to look up. Look up. That's Chaibi, though. Chaibi's one of their good players. I would look at two players, Chaibi and Mazza, as the two players there. I would look at Chaibi and Mazza as those two players, The two players to look at. One there, well, by Algeria. Algeria settled down. The game settled down a little bit, but Algeria need to. I don't want to see Algeria just fizzling out and not getting a goal and just losing 1-0 or 2-0. I want them to really go for it. It's a World Cup, for crying out loud. It's a World Cup. I don't want to see them just giving in. I want them to see them try. 4 minutes of injury time in the first half, guys. Oh, good play from Mazza there. Good play from Algeria. Chance. Couldn't get out of his feet. Guri tried to get out of his feet there. It was a good chance. They are playing better now. There's some good players. I told you there's some good players in Algeria. They need to believe in themselves a little bit. I would say believe in yourselves a little bit. And then they would... This is not the best Argentinian side in the world. That's what they need to remember. All right. Corner coming in for Algeria. Cleared away. I was saying, I saw a video of Portuguese fan talked about Ronaldo, how he's played with a shit generation and still didn't miss any major tournaments. Yeah. Ronaldo, basically, after 2008, he played with a great Real Madrid side. Don't get me wrong. It was a great Real Madrid side. That included, obviously, Marcelo and Toni Kroos and Luka Modric, Gareth Bale. He did Karim Benzema. He did have a great Man United team that included Tevez and Rooney, of course, Ryan Giggs, Paul Scholes. But after he left Real Madrid, he didn't really have that, did he? And that's the thing. The thing with Ronaldo, he didn't necessarily, after 2008 at Man United, he didn't have the best team. Obviously, we lost a couple of players there. He didn't have the best team, but he still dragged Man United, and that's what he did. Yeah, that's true, Hussein. The Portuguese team, yeah. I mean, obviously, it weren't the best Portuguese team. It was an aging Portuguese team. Yeah, I agree. Portugal's good now, but this team weren't always like that. You're absolutely spot on, and not like the Argentinian side who was stacked with talent, stacked with superstars. That's the thing. Here come Algeria on the attack. Here, good little bit of play. Get the ball into the box. Ah, you know, one thing I noticed that a lot of these teams they lack a lot of composure, picking the right option. Big up, Gregory. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, mate. Yeah, they lack what I've noticed about like these teams. Yeah, they do get a little bit excited when they get into the final third, and they do the wrong options and things like that. You know what I mean? They do the wrong options. I would say. Well, it's up to Algeria. They're only 1-0 down. If they could get back into this game, um, but they got to make the right choices here. You know who I want to play Argentina? England. It's going to be goodbye, Argentina. Goodbye. We play a proper team for once. It's going to be a free kick. Good free kick there. Nice. Oh, it's over the bar. McAllister, the Liverpool player, over the bar. The sun sets on. No, I've got to get the sunshine out of my face. You see that sun? You see that? It's half time, guys. 1-0 to Argentina in this game. Courtesy of Lionel Messi and a goalkeeping error. But yeah, 1-0, guys, at halftime. 1-0 at halftime here. Hussein, this is the problem. I told my brother most players won't be the hero because they know they probably won't get play again in the World Cup. Yeah, yeah. Let me just get this sunlight out of my face. Still there. Sorry, guys, I had to get the sunlight out of my face. The sunlight was in my face. Obviously, it's early in the morning here. The sun rises here quite early, and yeah, it was getting on my screen, so had to sort it out. Big up everyone, though. Thank you for joining me so early in the morning, guys, for this World Cup game between Argentina and Algeria. A little bit disappointed with Algeria, although Algeria done all right. I'm still a little bit disappointed in them. You know, I think they could do better. Big up Hussein, no problem, brother, no problem. Yeah, look, yeah, still a little bit disappointed that yeah, like they've done all right, but they need to be more of a threat and goal. They need to make the right choices and stuff like that. You know, in my opinion, that's what they need to do if they want to have any aspirations of getting something from this game. Because I actually believe they can. I actually believe they can get something from this game. I've said it at the beginning of the tournament. I do think that Argentina will have an underwhelming tournament. I don't think they'll have a good tournament. When they play someone half decent, you're going to see what I mean. You know, and yeah, I do think Algeria still win this game. I still think they can have a chance. You know, but what I don't like, I don't like seeing these teams go to the World Cup. Like I've seen Algeria go to the World Cup a lot of times, and they always give me the same story, the same thing. You know, it's like Egypt as well, the same thing, the same story. You know, they don't excel. They don't excel. Only Morocco, guys who from that part of the world who really excel for me, and really make an impact. You know, and they are better than that. I would say they're better than that. I think they're better than that. They're better than what they show. Definitely, 100% better than what they show. I feel. You know. Guys, thank you everyone. We've had over 1,200 people watching so far today. Thank you so much so far, guys. Thank you. It's half time here, 1-0 in this game. Don't forget, Breaking Dawn is on later on today. Yes, Gregory, there's a big game, Gregory, today. Big day, should I say, today. We've got this game. There was already Iraq against Norway. We've got this game. We've got Jordan against Austria after this game. There's England are playing later on today against Croatia. See, England are playing a proper team. You know what I mean? The only one who's playing a bloody proper team is England. You know, and Portugal are playing Congo. Yeah, later on. That should be a good game. Yeah, that should be a good game. Congo not bad. Seen them play in AFCON, very good. You know. Yeah, that was an awful mistake from the goalkeeper. Big up everyone though. It's the start of a massive day. Of course, England calling up Chalobah to the World Cup squad following Livramento's injury. Whatever you make of that, I don't think it was the right decision. I think England should have picked another fullback. Chalobah wouldn't class him as a fullback. I would class him more as a centre back. Of course, Chalobah started off as a midfielder, didn't he? You know, but it was never a fullback for me. So I was a bit surprised by that. I don't know what Tuchel's thinking is really, but Tuchel's obviously got his own plans. Obviously, Tuchel could be deemed a genius, or he could be deemed an absolute nightmare. I do think, in my opinion, if England foul in this tournament, I think Tuchel needs to be sacked because obviously you live and die by your decisions, and I think that there's many decisions so far that I'm a little bit baffled by. I know that certain players have not performed. For example, Carl Palmer not performed, but Cole Palmer scored in the European final, for England. And if Cole Palmer hasn't performed because of the circumstances, why is Chalobah in there then? Do you know what I mean? And that's what I would say. Maguire missed out his opportunity, of course, because he called out Tuchel. He called him out, so he would have been going to the World Cup probably. But I think England needed to bring in another fullback. When we're looking at fullbacks for England, who we got? We got O'Reilly. We got Reece James. That's about it, isn't it? Is there anyone else? O'Reilly and Reece James. Did Lewis Skelly get in the squad? I'm not sure if Lewis Skelly, England. Let me have a look at England squad. England. What's that? FIFA teams. World Cup. Let me have a look at the World Cup team. I'm going to see Cup teams. So have a look. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. England options in defence. Let's have a look. So we've got to look at England, right? Here we are. So Chalobah replaces injured Livramento. So the England squad is here. Basically, that England have got. Let me just show this on the screen. So this is what England have got. So England have got Pickford in Konza, he's a centre back. O'Reilly's a full back. You can say that. Stones is a centre back. Gee is a centre back. Chalabar's a centre back, isn't he? He can play midfield. Dan Burns a centre back. Um, I'm looking at fullbacks here. So Reece James is a fullback. So we've got two so far. Jed Spence. And Quenzas is more of a centre back, isn't he? Jed Spence, Reece James, Kwanzaa. I don't know why he didn't pick Lewis Hall. It does baffle me why Lewis Hall wasn't picked in the England squad. It really does. It does confuse me a little bit. Maguire's better than Konza. Yeah, defensively, England have a problem. I think defensively, England have a problem with that. But, hopefully they don't need defense. The tournament feels bloated with so many countries. FIFA will somehow expand the World Cup again. It's too many teams, Gregory. I've said it. Roy Keane said it, that there's too many teams. It's not about quantity, it's about quality, isn't it? Like yesterday, we're talking about these teams who are not going to compete. Maybe they'll get the odd draw here and there and make World Cup history because they got a draw. We don't want the World Cup to be like that, though. We don't want teams getting draws and celebrating draws. We want big games, That's what we want. And that's how the World Cup should be. It's great that these teams are in 48 teams, whatever. They want to move it to 64. You might as well just let everyone in to the World Cup. If you're going to do that, just forget the qualifications and just have like basically what they should do. The top 64 in the world rankings, or no, not even that. Look, just let everyone qualify, for goodness sake, but it's just, I would much rather see, Italy against the Netherlands or Italy against Spain than see Spain against Cape Verde. And it's all due respect. They did well, Cape Verde, but obviously they came for a draw. They're not coming to win. They're coming to cause an upset, try and get draws and things like that. Obviously the World Cup it's nice. It's got the romance in it, but you need that quality, don't you? It's the World Cup. It's the biggest competition on earth, isn't it? You wanna have the best teams. You do. The way the qualification thing has gone as well, it's really ridiculous. I think. I think it's very unfair. So, can Algeria equalize in this game? Can they equalize in this game? Can Algeria get an opportunity? Can they make the most of it? Guys, because at the moment, the way things are looking is that they're just going to take that. I mean, I want them to actually make a game of this and try and equalize. Algeria, a decent football side. They've got some good players, of course. And they should believe in themselves. And if they can believe in themselves, maybe they can get a draw. Maybe they can. Maybe they won't. I don't know. But hopefully they can. Hopefully they can get a draw or even maybe a win. You never know. Don't just give up because you go 1-0 down. And I've seen that a lot in football, over recent years. Let me just check this. Yeah, big up everyone who's new in Stretford Post, guys. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're new, guys. It'd be great to have you on board, of course, in this great community. Don't forget to join. Don't forget to subscribe and all that jazz. Absolutely. We've had about 1,000 people in and out today. Good to see, and a game that kicked off so early for me, of course, 5 a.m. But South, half of South America. Yeah, it's not fair, Gregory. I agree 100%. I agree. Can I let me give you an evaluation, Gregory, right? Brazil lost 6 games in the qualification for the World Cup. 6 games, right? And they're at the World Cup. There's teams who didn't get defeated in the European qualifiers, but didn't make the World Cup. And these teams like Paraguay and Ecuador, what is the point of these teams? I'm sorry, but all these teams, what is the point? They go there, they lose. You know what I mean? And that's it. Panama. I mean, come on, man. Like, not only that, the CONCACAF situation is ridiculous. Curacao and Cape Verde. Really, it's just like, honestly, want to see quality football in the World Cup. That's it. You want it to be earned. You know, you want it to be earned. You don't want it to be. But even in regards to Australasia, you think about Australasia. You got Australia and New Zealand. They qualify every single tournament because they ain't got no competition. And that's the thing. Yet you get teams in England, teams in the Europe, should I say, that don't qualify. Big teams, proper teams, who could probably better than a lot of these teams in this tournament. Like I would class Curacao as San Marino. You know, San Marino will never have an opportunity to get to the World Cup ever. San Marino celebrate losing just by 5 goals. That's what they're like. And Algeria, we need Algeria to do something in this game, guys. We need a comeback. We need a comeback. Come on, let's make a game of this. Let's make a game of this, guys. See what you can do. Now, I'm not going to be doing the guys. I'm not going to be doing the watch along for Austria against Jordan today. I'll leave that to other people, but I won't be doing that because obviously I'll be preparing for Breaking Dawn. I need to get the Man United news together. There's lots of news coming out with Man United, of course, but I will be doing the games later on, of course. Portugal and England. Yeah, I'll be doing those later on. I won't be up tomorrow morning though. Definitely not. I'm just doing because I'm doing a couple tonight. I'm doing one at 9 and one at midnight. So I'm not going to be doing the early kickoff tomorrow. So many games though, isn't it? So many. I'm hard to keep up with me. It's hard to keep up. All the thumbnails and everything like that. Come on, Algeria, you can do this. Substitution coming in for Argentina, by the way. There's a substitution here. Already for Argentina at half time. Who's coming on for them? Let's have a look. Medina. Montiel's coming off, the fullback, and Molina's coming on. Basically, like for like. So obviously they're not happy with the fullback. Yeah, not the most recognizable Argentinian side of all time. Definitely not. You know. Argentina 1, Algeria 0, guys. Thank you, guys. We've had over 1,200 people watching this morning so far. Thank you, everyone. I know it's a tired stream. It's a tired stream, but it's we are here. Thank you, everyone who's watching. Appreciate everyone. Don't forget to subscribe. Those people lurking in the background. Gregory, Sal, is every minnow country appearing in the World Cup once what FIFA sees as their ultimate success? I don't know. I just feel like the World Cup, it's more like money than anything else. I think they want to expand the World Cup because it brings more viewers and it brings more money, more commercial opportunities, and everything like that. And that's what it does, expanding, isn't it? The more countries are involved in the World Cup, the more the money they can make from it. Simple as that. Ticket sales and stuff like that. I just feel like it's what Roy Keane said, Gregory. I don't mind having these teams in the World Cup, but they have to be able to compete. They have to be able to compete and not compete, get the odd draw here and there and celebrate it like they won the World Cup. Basically, compete as in they can compete for the title. They can get to the latter stages. That's what I would say. It's nice, but you got to earn it, in my opinion. Take one in the car. Yeah, take one in the car. Take this one. Yeah, you need one in the car. Big one. I need this with the big one. Yes, guys. Still 1-0 to Argentina, nothing. Yeah, over already, but they're greed, isn't it, Greg? It's greed, you know. I know. Look. What you have to look at, right, is that what impact in regards to like a World Cup. A World Cup should be a World Cup full of the legends. You know what I mean? The legendary teams. You know, it shouldn't be full of minnows. Like in regards to, there are some teams that deserve to qualify, right? Because they had a hard route. The Middle Eastern teams is hard because when in the Middle Eastern teams have to play teams from, you know, all different parts of the world, South America and things like that in their qualifying stage. But teams like the CONCACAF, you look at their destination. I mean, how can Haiti be in the World Cup? How can Curacao, Haiti, Panama, Cape Verde be in the World Cup? Can someone explain that to me? I mean, I just think it's like the quality there is just not good enough. Yes, they'll get the odd result, defend for their lives, and get a draw, like a giant killing in the FA Cup. But it's just well, how did they get into the World Cup? And then you got Italy, Republic of Ireland, you know, Hungary, you know, these kind of teams not in the world. Ukraine not in the World Cup, you know, and it's strange. Sorry, but I would also say Cameroon not in the World Cup. Cameroon, you know, and there's a lots of situations that need to be addressed. You know, I know that they want to bring the World Cup to other things, but Haiti, Curacao, Panama, Cape Verde, what the hell? Come on. Each one of those teams would not survive in the English Championship. They'll get relegated. Some of them won't survive in League Two, you know. Anyway, here come Argentina on the attack. Messi tries to bring it forward. Algeria got to start believing in themselves. Is it raining in Kansas? It's raining in Kansas. It's raining in Kansas. That's Memphis. Oh, over the bar. I'm walking in Memphis. Walking in Memphis. Yeah, and it's not walking in Kansas. It's walking in Memphis. Who? Here's a question for you. Who sang the original "Walking in Memphis"? I know that Cher sang it. Who was the original singer of "Walking in Memphis"? I was walking in Memphis. Who was the original singer of that? That's a question for you. Walking in Memphis. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, today what I'm going to do, guys, I've got a lot to do. So probably going to go for my jog, and then my schedule is you can't look it up, Gregory. Gregory, you're American. My grandma, from Newport News, Virginia. There's no World Cup games in Virginia, as far as I'm aware. My older brother lives in New York. He said he's going to go and see a couple of games, but I don't think he can afford it. I think it's going to be a little bit too expensive for him. Algeria, cut it out here. It's a chance, Algeria. Go on. The rain is awful. They've got an overlapping run here. Argentina on the attack here on the right hand side. There's a chance here for Argentina if they get it right, and it's bad ball, another bad ball, and clearance again from Algeria. Guys, it's raining there. It looks like the pitch is flooded. It looks a very heavy pitch. It's a very heavy pitch. Big up everyone in the stream, you absolute legends. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Argentina 1, Algeria 0, courtesy of Lionel Messi's early strike. 2 goals were disallowed before that for offside. Algeria's one was pretty close. But yeah, it is still 1-0 to Argentina. Can Algeria make a game of this? Can they make a game of this? Can don't just fold and lose the game and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? That's what they need to do there. Can they make a game of this? Here come Argentina. Come Algeria. Algeria in the attack here on the edge of the box. No, they lose the ball again. They can't keep the ball. I think both teams can't get the quality. It's a lack of quality. It's shocking, to be honest with you. It's a nice ball there. Chance for Argentina. Save. The goalkeeper palms it out straight into the danger area. Stupid goalkeeping, really. You palm it away. Oh, so it was Mark Golan. It wasn't Cher. It wasn't Cher. So it wasn't Cher. I was walking in Memphis. I listen to this thing, Greg. When I jog, right? I go on the treadmill. I listen to on YouTube. I go to YouTube. And I listen to 90s hits, and they keep playing "Walking in Memphis" on this playlist. It's a live playlist on YouTube. They keep playing "Walking in Memphis," and they played both of them. I didn't know who his name was. They played Mark Cohn and they play Shares, right? They played both of them. And I'm like, who was the original singer of it? I knew it wouldn't be Cher. Deep down, I knew it wouldn't be Cher. Yeah. Cher, she's an absolute animal, though. Cher, she doesn't age, does she? Throw into Algeria here. Argentina, Algeria. Now we've got some substitutions. I think Nico Gonzalez is coming on for, and Alvarez is coming on. Did you know a little bit of trivia? Lionel Messi is the oldest and the youngest player to score at a World Cup. There's the new one, guys. Wasn't Roger Miller the oldest? I didn't know that. So Messi is the oldest and the youngest player to score at the World Cup. Although Ronaldo can change that today. I think Ronaldo's a little bit older than Messi. That's trivia. Does the manager have beef with Mahrez? I don't know, Hussein, but it happened in the AFCON as well. It happened as well. He weren't playing Mahrez. I was shocked because Mahrez is the only one who can get that ball into the box and create some chances, for Algeria. Algeria got Chaibi, they got Mazza. They have 2 very good players, but I would definitely fit Mahrez into that team. In the World Cup, you need your most experienced players, isn't it? That's the thing, though, isn't it, Hussein? They work on emotion. That's the thing. They don't go by logic. What's good for the team, not good for your emotion. What's good for the team? Liking somebody doesn't come into the equation. Like even with Manchester United, right? Back in the day, not all the players liked each other. Teddy Sheringham famously disliked Andy Cole. They didn't talk at all. It doesn't matter. It was about winning at the end of the day, and that was what it was about. Big up everyone. Over 1,500 people have watched this stream today. Thank you so much, you legends. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel today. Thank you, guys. And don't forget to smash a like if you could do that for me. That'd be absolutely fantastic. Thank you for the support. And don't forget to join me later on. Of course, we've got lots of watch-alongs. I'm not doing the Austria-Jordan watch-along. Sorry, guys, to disappoint. But I will be doing the Portugal watch-along later on tonight. England watch-along straight after that. Yeah, busy one. Got it today, of course. A long day. Chance at Algeria, good chance. Oh, well defended. Algeria pushing forward a little bit more, but they've got to be careful of the counter attack here, I would say. They're pushing forward, but they've got to be careful of that counter attack. Playing a lot better, though. We've got about 33 minutes of the game to go. That's a foul. That was a foul. That was a foul. My goodness me. See, this is what I'm talking about with Argentina. No, that was a foul, a blatant foul. There was a studied challenge from Messi earlier on, and this one, my goodness. I am getting old though. When I start seeing footballers who are managers, like us, when you witness their debut, and I remember like players breaking through. Hassan, it's baffling when you see managers having beef with their best players in the team. It doesn't make sense, mate. I know, but that's the problem in it with I would call them the Arab nations and stuff. They are very emotional, which emotion should be taken out, and I want them all to do well. This is the thing, I'm desperate for them to do well, but they need to take the emotional side and the out of the logic, and the logic, bring the logic in. Corner to Argentina. They need to bring the logic in. What's the best? What's best for the team? How can a team progress and do better? Do you know what I mean? Big up everyone all around the world who's joined me this morning. Of course, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Argentina won, um, Algeria nil. Of course, Argentina. You expect Argentina to get through this group. Um, it's actually when the next round comes in, when the last 32, the last 16. The first time we're gonna have a last 32, actually, in World Cup history. The first time. It's been raining more than London in Kansas. I thought Kansas was a sunny city. Maybe I'm wrong. Cross comes in, decent cross. That comes back out here. Good strike. Goalkeeper's useless. And it's tapped in by Messi. What useless goalkeeping again from the goalkeeper. What an absolute useless goalkeeper. Rubbish goalkeeper. What the hell? You're playing just because your dad's Zidane, mate. That is rubbish. Absolute useless, that goalkeeper. He just palmed it out straight to Messi's feet. Tap in. It was a tap in. Absolute. What's he doing there then, Hussein? How can you palm a ball out in front of Messi? I don't understand it. It's ridiculous. Here come Algeria. Onana vibes. I mean, Onana would be proud of them ones for saying, I mean, the goalkeeper's lost in this game. It's important. You know the importance of football, Hussein. Have a good goalkeeper. Have a good goalkeeper because those goalkeepers, especially in the World Cup, the goalkeeper will cost you. The goalkeeper will cost you dearly. If you have a poor goalkeeper, it's you know what I mean. Substitution for Algeria here. Number 18 is coming on. Aya Maris, yeah. You remember, Hussein, I know that Ayo plays in Saudi Arabia now, but you remember when he was linked to Manchester United? Do you remember when he was playing for Lyon? I think he was playing for Lyon, wasn't he? And he was highly rated. Do you remember that? Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it. You know what they need? Do you know what they need? Look at Lupatelli. Was it Lupetegi, the manager of Qatar? Look at Qatar's team, brother. Look at Qatar's team. And they drew with Switzerland. That's what a good manager does. What a good goalkeeper does. To be honest with you, Qatar's goalkeeper was pretty decent. But that who do Qatar have in their team? Algeria stacked with talent. Mahrez, Oya, Mazza, Chaibi. Players who play in the Premier League, Bentaleb. They play in the Premier League. They play in the big leagues. They got no excuses. But then you got teams like Qatar who got no players. But can manage to get a draw in a game like Switzerland, one of the good teams in Europe, who've knocked out Spain and teams like that. You know what I mean? Don't get it, man. These managers need to be held accountable. Absolutely, man. They need to be held accountable because it's a joke. It's a joke at this point. Infantino, the fraud, the scammer, looking at Messi, smiling like, yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Going to scam them another World Cup, are they? Algeria useless. Bottlers. Bottling Algeria. But he's not very good. That's why he's a former Switzerland manager. If he is. The Switzerland man, the Algeria manager, yeah, is Petkovic. But Petkovic, as far as I'm aware, has a temperament, he has a bit of a temperament. In this group, let me have a look at this group. In this group, let me have a look at the group. The table. Austria, Jordan, Algeria. What kind of group is that, man? What kind of group is that? England have Croatia and Ghana. They have Austria and Jordan and also. Oh my goodness me. Can only see Austria and Argentina going through that group. I think it's going to be a slog between Jordan and Algeria for the third place. You need at least, I think, 4 points to become in the top eight. Top best third place teams. 8 best third place teams go through to the last 32. 8. I think it's 8. And yeah, you need at least 4 points for that. So once you won your first game, you're basically through, really. It's not necessarily though that if you finish top of your group, you're going to get a good draw. England have a more tougher group, a tougher route to the final if they come top of their group. Mares now. Shots wide. Hydration break, even though it's hydration in the air and it's raining. Ridiculous. Um, Greg, I have Apple Music on my phone and press Gregory Station. First came up, I haven't heard in a year. Rhinestone, Cowboy by Glenn Campbell. Do you have a personalized station set? Um, I don't, um, but I have an iPhone and I have a playlist. I have thousands of songs on my phone. You'll be surprised what my phone is. You know, could like it is a question. If you push shuffle on your phone, right? If you push shuffle on your music playlist, what do you think? What kind of song will come up? With me, you never know. You never know what kind of song. I could go from rock to pop to hip hop to country. My playlist is so vast; it's like unbelievable. You know, I think I've got a song for every genre. I think I have. I definitely got a song for every genre. No, I mean, I don't have a favorite genre, but I've got some. I was in the music industry a lot of time, in it. It's where a part of me came from. I like a jukebox of music when it comes to knowledge of music and stuff. But that one was bugging me. I didn't want to look on Google about the Walking in Memphis one. I was like, what's that? What is that? Because it comes on a lot. It comes on a lot every time I do my run on that channel. Did the goalkeeper actually save a shot? Gregory, if you are the first time pops up on your station, if you do, what's the first? I don't know. I mean, shuffle is unpredictable. I've got thousands of songs on my phone. Do you want me to do it? Shall I do it? No, I'm not going to do it. It might be an embarrassing one. It might be embarrassing one. If I do it, it might be embarrassing. Never look at me the same again. Yeah. I think the main thing about music is that music should bring you to a place in time where you listen to that song. In that period. Generally, music is all about nostalgia, and I think that when you listen to a song, it always brings you back to a certain period in your life. And that's I always listen to old song. I don't like new music. I don't think it's good anymore. I think the originality. Yeah, I'm not saying this because I'm an old fart, but I think the originality has been taken away from music, in my opinion. I think there's not enough legends now. You know, um, Blues to rock. It was probably Elton John from He's Never Showbiz. I one artist I probably don't have is Elton John. Actually, I might. Actually, I might have Sacrifice. I like that song. No sacrifice, just a simple word. The two hearts living into separate worlds. I have that one. I probably have that one. I like that one because that brings me back to a period in my life. You know, it's a lot better when you're raised poor though, like I was. Lived in a car for like 6 weeks with my family, my mum, my dad, and my two brothers. you know. 17 minutes to go, guys. Still 2-0 to Argentina in this game. Um, Live Like Horses. Never heard of it. Elton John's one of the few artists in my life that I don't really like. Sorry, Greg. I don't really like him. Um, did you know that Elton John is the most uncharitable guy in the world? Celebrity in the world, the most uncharitable person there is. Watford fan, of course, used to own a part of Watford Football Club. He's a big Watford fan. What's going on, Sam? Big up yourself. Hope you're well. This is the art. Welcome to the art of bad goalkeeping. This tournament has been full of bad goalkeeping so far. This is by far the poorest goalkeeper display I've seen in a while. Zinedine Zidane there in the box, looking in disgust. They get everyone in the stream. Pick up the legends, guys. Don't forget Breaking Dawn will be later on. No Austria Jordan game today. But I will be doing Breaking Dawn. Obviously, I have to focus on Breaking Dawn at 8 o'clock. I have to prepare and stuff like that for that. So, but it is a busy day. There will be watchalongs and stuff like that. It's a hat trick for Messi, guys. It's 3-0. Guys. It's a hat trick. 3-0. Sam, our best defender is Martinez, but he isn't always available because of injuries. True. That's offside, no? Isn't that offside? No, he's not offside. I couldn't deal with it either. Did the shuffle again and came up with winner this time by Steve Vaughan. That's better, mate. That's better, Greg. What are Argentina gonna do when Messi retires, eh? I don't know. But I mean that goalkeeper is crap. He delayed it again, didn't he? Messi is now equal Murasov closer as the top scorer in World Cup history. Sam, look, you know what? I think that Ronaldo should hit the bench a little bit, Sam. I'll be honest. I think he should hit the bench. I think that sometimes you have to know when your body is, you're affecting the team around you. And he's been a legend. For me, still the GOAT. I don't care what Messi does against crap teams. You know, um, I think that Ronaldo should have retired from international level. You know, I think he actually affects Portugal. That's the thing because Portugal now are a very good team. They will beat Argentina, right? This is Algeria. Algeria is shit, right? They will beat Argentina. Portugal will beat Argentina, and not only beat Argentina, they'll beat Argentina. Shocking. The ref is a shocker. The same ref. There you go, mate. I know. Can they stop showing the bloody crowds worshipping Messi? Idiots. Um, Otamendi's on. Bloody hell. Otamendi's still playing. Otamendi is still playing, of course, Argentina. Yeah, as I said, look, I think the World Cup starts once the group stage is over. I think there's a lot of teams that are just going to go that way, and we're going to clear out the rubble. And by the time the last 32 comes, we're going to start getting some proper games. You know, um, yeah, Algeria have been very disappointing for me. Very disappointing. You know, very disappointing, Algeria. Big up the 2,000 people who've watched me today. Thank you so much, everyone. You absolute legends. Yeah, very disappointing. Um, from Algeria today. Literally too easy, guys. It was too easy today. Here come Algeria, though. Can they get something? A little bit of pride, maybe. No. There's there's actually sinister things that go on, Gregory, that goes under the carpet that I know a lot about, but people deny it. There's a lot of sinister stuff that goes on in football. That if you know about it, you'd be like, you know. Um, UK, England has a problem. Premier League has a problem with it's like basically a mafia in the refereeing association in England. PGMO, Man United has suffered, isn't it? We know, there's a lot of favoritism and stuff like that that goes on. You know. Anyway, there's a proper game later on. Not an easy game, a proper game. England against Croatia is a proper game. You know what I mean? Um, what a performance, Jay, from the second best player in the world, Messi, hat trick at the World Cup. Pick up, absolutely, Jay. Spot on. I like what you said there. I am disappointed in Algeria. I think they're crap, and a lot of teams are crap in this World Cup. Look, the first time we're gonna have we've only had a few proper games in this World Cup so far. That's what I would say. One was Japan against Holland. That was a proper game. England against Croatia is a proper game. We're having that later on. It had to be England to have a proper game, isn't it? You know what I mean? Why can't we have any of these teams in a World Cup? I mean, goodness me. Sam, out Nigeria would have given a good account of themselves, brother. They would have done something properly. Gone, Cameroon as well. They would have done something. This team is useless. They come out like a bloody scared little puppies. And there's all well and good, right? When you're playing, in friendlies and things like that. But this is where you get to the seriousness. I would have much preferred someone like Nigeria or Cameroon in this World Cup. 100%. They would have done more. Look at Tunisia and Algeria being an embarrassment, bruv. Embarrassment. And the thing is, right? The thing is that I know they're not actually that crap, but they're playing like that. But I tell you what, Nigeria wouldn't be like rolling over like this. Nigeria would give Argentina a game, bro. Nigeria would give Argentina a game. I don't know why England have got a tough group, Gregory. We got Ghana and we got Croatia. That's difficult. They're proper football teams, you know. Um, but one thing about playing difficult teams is that it gets you more prepared for the latter tournament, later in the tournament. If you're playing Carousel and Cape Verde and that, you don't really have a test. Algeria's a waste of time, mate. Should have saved the petrol. Come on, man. Like, honest to God, what useless. To be fair, Jay, you're absolutely right. Yeah, to be fair, you're absolutely right. I do think when Messi retires, Argentina are going to struggle, mate. I think Argentina are in a difficult period in regards to talent. I think they're going to struggle, mate. What happened to Hussein? I didn't see it. This game's over anyway. This game is over. Right, Mahrez taking a free kick. At least Mahrez is one of their better players, of course. Mahrez taking a free kick. I don't know why he didn't start the game. It's the wall. The same. You know, one thing I would say, they're playing him because he's Zidane's son. That's it. And it's exactly the point I made yesterday, guys. It's exactly the point I made yesterday. When players have their dads as footballers, doesn't necessarily mean they're a good footballer. Just because, like, for example, Rooney's son or anyone's son, Darren Fletcher's son, just because they're someone's son doesn't mean they're good footballers because their dad had to work to get where they are. With the son of the footballer, they don't have to work as hard. They get all the favoritism going on. So that's why I'm very cautious when you bring in someone who's a son of somebody. Because part of football is about the grassroots level and the struggle and coming up and being somebody, you know? Zidane is only in that goal because of his dad. That's it. You know? Zidane is only in that goal because of Zinedine Zidane. Zidane, the Algerian goalkeeper. That's it. He got in because daddy used to be a legend. He's a legend. He's Algerian, but he's French, Algerian, whatever. He's a legend. So daddy, I get in the goal, you know? Now name me one footballer who's as good as their dad, you know? Big up, everyone. Messi, Mbappe, and Haaland all score, and you could have called it. Yeah. Yeah, but speaking of Haaland, he's the only one, really. He's the only one whose dad was a footballer that, you know. We're going to watch Tuchel ball later on, guys. That's going to be interesting. Don't expect any fireworks. Don't expect anything exciting, but it's Tuchel ball later on. It's England ball. Tuchel ball later on. We got Croatia, England. Don't be surprised. It's 0-0. I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest with you. Yeah. No, Neymar's overrated, mate. There's lots of them. Like, because you can't beat, the struggle, and you can't beat when you're a young lad playing football, whatever sport you're playing. Um, you make it on your own without favoritism and getting there on your own. You know, there's too much favoritism in everything nowadays. Music, sport. There's too much favoritism. Like, I used to know people who work at Sony, Universal, Columbia, and they support their cousins' music careers and stuff. They would like all their son or their daughters, and they'll give them record deals and things like that. It's like it happens so much these days. In football, it happens a lot as well. There's lots of favoritism. Um, there are some back in the day that came through, Frank Lampard, but Frank Lampard's dad wasn't a superstar. There was a couple, but nothing. Nobody really these days is kind of free. Like Rooney's son. Do you think he's going to be a superstar like Rooney? We'd have to wait and see, of course, but I don't think so. Tyler and Jack Fletcher are only in the Man United team because of Darren Fletcher. That is a fact. There's no other way you're looking at it. And that's what you have to look at. With Tyler and Jack Fletcher being the Man United squad, if they weren't Darren Fletcher's son. There you go. It's pretty evident no, isn't it? Giving away here. We've got a minute to go in this game. A dead rubber. Algeria just making up the numbers in this World Cup by the looks of things. Looks like Klose will lose his record of most World Cup goals, medals, level with him. Yeah. Yeah, he will. Messi's going to score a couple against Jordan probably as well, isn't it, Jay? I've got to turn off my Twitter notifications. I get so much kiss arsing for Messi on my Twitter. I get lots of updates now from Romano, from Ornstein, from Ben Jacobs. Lots of arse licking of Messi. It's honestly, I'm like, I can't be bothered. I'm going to turn off my notifications. 6 minutes of injury time, guys. Yeah, be on the overdrive, Jay. I'm going to turn off my notifications, man. I am done with that. I can't wait to retire, man. These people, like, they love it. They go over the top. But isn't it a representation of how poor football is now? This is just a demo. If we're going to learn anything from here today, isn't it about how poor football is these days that there's still Messi and Ronaldo there? That there's nobody taking the mantle anymore. There's nobody on that level anymore. It just goes to show you, isn't it, how football was back in the day. And there was actually better footballers. It's like I said, there are footballers who played in the 90s at 40, 45, 50 years old who can do a job these days in football, who can play. I still think Paul Scholes can go into the Man United midfield and dominate at 50. I think if Paul Scholes came out of retirement right now, right, and went into the England midfield, he'd be England's best midfielder, even at 50. I'm telling you. That's how it is. Pick up. It'll be interesting to see, right, an all-star 11 of the 90s footballers and today's football team. Because I guarantee it won't be a walkover. They've got 4 minutes of the game to go, guys. 3-0 to Argentina. A walk in the park for Argentina today. Messi with the hat trick. It is a walk in the park. Algeria didn't even bother. Algeria gave up. There's no point being at the World Cup if you're going to be flimsy like Algeria. They were very flimsy. They were very, very flimsy, and giving up easily. I don't like teams that give up easily. If you fight, then that's great. Yeah, but I don't like teams giving up easy. I have Sam Cooke song played another Saturday night. Sam Cooke, bloody hell, that's taking it back, Gregory. That's old school soul music. Very old. I mean, nothing can change the world. Twisted. A change is gonna come. If you know, you know. Um, you're very calm guy, Greg. I've noticed. You're very calm. It's good. Read over 2,000 people today. If Ronaldo scores a hat trick later, the media will still talk about Messi hat trick. Yes, 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 of course. Look, as a package, Ronaldo will always be the GOAT for me. As a package. It would always be the GOAT for me, regardless what Messi does in this World Cup against crap teams. It would always be the GOAT for me. Because Messi can't even do this for Miami FC, let alone, there's some of the teams in this tournament are atrocious. And as a package, as a person, I would say Ronaldo. If Ronaldo wins the World Cup, I want them to be quiet, right? It's just Messi against Algeria today. Yeah, it was just Messi, alien dude, against Algeria. Nobody else. If Messi weren't there, this is a draw. Just because I wasn't born then doesn't mean it's not good. That's true. Yeah, well, that's like me. How I wasn't born then either, Greg, and I know who it was. That's why I don't like people who support Man United and don't know their history. Because I know my history about music. I was in the music industry 20 years. My great grandmother was an OBE, mate. You know that, an OBE. Ephraim, tomorrow England game will be interesting. Well, today, tomorrow. For me, it's midnight. You know, you know. Algeria are not a top African team, mate. They're not. When's the last time they won the African nations, mate? They're not a top African team. Messi, 2 goals are given to him by the goalkeeper, alien dude. And they're not a top team. Iraq, just because Iraq, played in a friendly and drew in a friendly, doesn't mean they're a top team, mate. They're rubbish. Haaland is a good player, definitely. And Haaland scored against a proper, Iraq are crap, mate. Come on. You know what I mean? Spain couldn't even beat Cape Verde. 2 goals were given to Messi by the goalkeeper today. It was useless. He opened the door for Algeria to capitulate. I mean, if you ain't got a good goalkeeper, that's it. I watched the AFCON, by the way. I don't just predict that they were a good team. The good teams in Africa are Senegal and Morocco and Ivory Coast. Other than that, they're shit. Honestly. Of course, he's a good player, Alien. I didn't say that, but I did say that Algeria are not a top team, mate. That's what I'm saying. They're not. They're rubbish, mate. The problem with Algeria is that they have a goalkeeper whose dad used to play football. And full time, guys, 3-0 to Argentina. It's over. 3-0. Easy win for Argentina. It's an easy group, guys. They're going to play Jordan. They're going to win that easily as well. Are Austria any good? I don't think so. This group is ridiculously easy. I'm sorry. This group is stupidly easy for Argentina. Stupidly easy. And yeah, look, in the end of the day, big up, my friend. See you on the next stream. Thank you, brother. Good to have you here. Appreciate you, man. Really do. Great to have you here. Great to have everyone here. Thank you. Messi, once Messi retires, Argentina are in problems, though. One thing I would say, once Messi retires, Argentina are going to go back to default settings. that's what happens, But the goalkeeper was atrocious today for Algeria, which is why he plays in the second division in Spain. There you go. Thank you, Ephraim, you legend. Big up my bro. Big up everyone. Guys, Messi proves how crap football is these days. Still killing it, still scoring goals. Nobody can handle him because players these days have regressed. Goodness me. Algeria basically just said, take me. Basically, that's what they did. Do you know what I mean? They just said, basically, take me. They shouldn't be at the World Cup. Teams at the World Cup who defend like that, who have goalkeepers like that. I've seen better goalkeeping in the National League. That's awful goalkeeping. He's only a goalkeeper for Algeria because his dad used to play for France, and he's that's it. You know. But I don't think Argentina will win World Cups without Messi. No, I don't. I think there are better teams than them now around the world. England are creating great players. Italy have got a golden generation coming through. Spain have got a great generation there. But you're going to see Argentina get knocked out the next round anyway. Once they get through this easy group, they're going to get knocked out. You're going to see it. And they won't be the team they want because loads of teams are producing good players, Jay, I'm surprised Chalobah has been called. It's a stupid decision, Jay. I don't know why he did that. Should have replaced him with a fullback. Lewis Hall should have came into the squad. I don't know why. But good luck to Chalobah. Obviously, as a manager of England, Tuchel's got to, reap what you sow, isn't it? He's gonna have to do the business. If he fails, he's going to be held accountable, isn't it? We have seen better goalkeepers with Onana and go, absolutely. Big up Ephraim. Yeah. Look, every team now is producing great players, but there's no elite players anymore. There's no Ronaldos and Messis anymore. As we stand right now, probably the closest you get is probably Lamine Yamal, probably, maybe. Still up in the air. But that's probably the closest you get to elite now. Now there's not going to be any elite. Now there's going to be more of a level playing field because there's lots of good young players coming through in every single nation. You look at Japan, who are up and coming now. Japan are producing great players. France always producing great players. France will beat Argentina. That's the thing. Like they will beat them, and so will many other teams. Portugal will beat them. And there's going to be more of a level playing field. I think the level of the elite, the time of the elite players over now. I think that era is ended, and there won't be any superstars anymore, in my opinion. I think the superstar has gone. Do you know what I mean? But guys, I want to thank everyone for joining me today. I really appreciate it. It is a great show, great chat as usual about football. Appreciate you all, guys. I will be back later on, of course, for Breaking Dawn. Don't forget to join me for that, guys. 7 a.m. UK time, 10 a.m. my time, of course, 8 a.m. Central European time, guys. And of course, I will be here later on for the watch-alongs between Portugal and England, of course, as well, guys. Absolutely. Absolutely. France will continue cherry-picking players. No, because they're born and raised in France, Gregory. Trained in France, nurtured in France. So how do you work that one out? They don't cherry pick players from Africa. They're taught in France to play football. They're nurtured in France. It's like when someone told me Queen, the band, Freddie Mercury's from Zanzibar, right, wherever he's from, right? And I said, well, he was educated and nurtured in England, you know what I mean, and stuff like that. Everything was from England, the band, everything, you know what I mean, and that's what I'm talking about. They don't cherry pick players from Africa. They're born in France. They're French. At the end of the day, that's it. Just because they got African roots, I've got roots, in Asia and other places, Italy. I've got roots, but I'm British. I'm English. Yeah, that's it. Just because that happens. But big up everyone in the stream. Thank you very much. I'll see you a bit later, guys, and enjoy it. Have a great day, and I'll see you a bit.